The tax filing deadline has officially been delayed again, but not all tax returns. I've got those details and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. I've got a short video, a quick update. That's a big update for you. That's right, all sorts of speculation that's been lasting for months. Hey, is the IRS going to delay tax filing deadline? They're going to delay tax day again like they did last year, pushing it from mid-April to mid-July. Are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? No. And then they did. And it's not, they didn't do it for COVID reasons and for social distancing reasons. They did it because of the dumpster fire that Congress created when they passed the new American Rescue Plan or American Rescue Act or whatever they're calling it, the $1.9 trillion stimulus bill that had an enormous tax change in it, tax benefit, but enormous tax change, and they dropped that in the lap of the IRS in mid-March. So the IRS, while they're trying to figure out when they'll be able to update their systems so that you can file and omit the $10,200 or up to of unemployment income from your tax return, while the IRS is trying to update their system and issue guidance and answer all sorts of questions that I had asked in the previous video, the IRS has come out. They did so yesterday and said, hey, we're going to delay things. They've now delayed the tax filing deadline from April 15 to May 17 of 2021. That's good news, right? And I popped into my barber today and he was asking me while he was giving me a haircut, hey, so does this kind of relieve some pressure? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't help you at all. Why? Because your state return, if you live in a state that has state taxes, they now have to delay theirs as well, and none of them have. Not that I've seen. As of the time I'm recording this video, I haven't seen a state that's delayed their filing deadline. So, and I sort of get that. Even though that puts you, that puts me, that puts all of us in sort of a pickle, I sort of get this. The states are saying, wait a second, IRS, federal government, this is not our problem. And by the way, we're struggling financially. We've been needing you to pass a stimulus to give us states and our local municipalities some aid. You delayed, you finally did so, and now you're delaying the filing of federal tax returns. Listen, we need our tax revenue. And because you're trying to figure out your system for unemployment, that doesn't impact us. We're still sticking with the April 15 deadline. Guys, this is fresh news. It hasn't even been out for 24 hours. I would expect many states are going to start delaying their tax filing deadlines. But where I live, right in northern Indiana, very close to the Michigan border, I'm looking right at both of the websites. Well, I'm looking at the camera right now, but right before I was looking right at both the websites. They have not changed the deadline. The states are still requiring a due date for your tax return by April 15. And because you can't do your state return until you get your federal adjusted gross income number correct, meaning your federal tax return done, thanks very little IRS for pushing the deadline back to May 17. But for most of us, that means you still need to file your tax return by the 15th. Because you got to do your state. Otherwise, just file an extension and you've got until May 17 to file on time for federal, and you'll file an extension and a late state return. What a mess. What an absolute mess. What else do we know? There was big questions as soon as the IRS announced that they were going to delay their federal tax return deadline to May 17. Does this apply to my first quarter estimates? No, it doesn't. And again, they could come out and change this, but as of the moment I'm recording this, your first quarter tax estimates and all your estimated payments for 2021, they're still on schedule. And while that's confusing, that does also make sense because again, the IRS is not delaying the tax deadline because of COVID or social distancing or whatever. They're delaying it because they need to update their system. And the update in their system likely is going to take a week, maybe 2 weeks. And then that leaves people just a little bit, a couple of weeks before April 15. So they said, well, let's delay it. But that has no impact on your 2021 tax return, none whatsoever. This unemployment tax benefit of this $10,200 that is federally tax-free is for 2020 only. So for 2021, no change. Your first quarter estimate is still due April 15. Your second quarter estimate still due by June 15. Weird, just 2 months later. Third quarter, September 15. Fourth quarter, by January 15 of 2022. So there again, even though the IRS delayed the tax filing deadline from April 15 to May 17, for those of you that pay estimates, you still need to work with your CPA and get a rough sketch of your return done and get some estimated payments, some vouchers for 2021. I think this is vacant. Thank you very little. I don't think the IRS really provided much help unless states get on board and even if they, even if they don't change the estimated timetable, it just doesn't seem like that big a benefit. So there's your update. I'll give you one other since you're here and you're asking. Many of the states are still taxing the $10,200 of unemployment. So, and again, that could change, and I would expect some states that normally tax unemployment to probably follow suit from the Federal Reserve and say, yeah, we're not going to tax it either. But again, I haven't heard that yet. And even again, Indiana, Michigan, where I'm at, Indiana came out and released an update that said, listen, we're still taxing it. It's still taxable on your Indiana return. Maybe our General Assembly will meet and we'll vote and we'll change it. But as of right now, what the federal government does, what the IRS does, has no bearing on us. Our own state would have to agree to it. And as of right now, we are agreeing to still tax it. Check out the details of your state to make sure that you know how to file your return. All of the details about this new stimulus and changes to unemployment tax, changes in child tax credit, I've done videos on all of those. So make sure you're a subscriber here. Stay tuned and check out those in the library. We're also doing a full 1-hour talk show, The Wise Money Show, airing right here on this channel on Saturday at 10 a.m. where we're going to break down all of those details. So make sure you tune in for that. Work with your CFP on how you can apply all of this to your situation. If you don't have a CFP on your team, contact one on my team. Find us online, korhorn.com, that's Korhorn with a K, wisemoneyshow.com, you can find us there too, or send us an email, info@korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.